Hi everyone and welcome to another Doctor Who figure review by me, Max Shots, and today I'll be reviewing another figure which is from the Collect and Build Pandorica wave, and this one is the Roman Auton from the Pandorica Opens. Now this figure is a repainted version of the Wave 1F Roman Auton figure, and in this review I'll be comparing this variant to the original Wave 1F Roman Auton figure. Then I'll be talking about the detail, articulation and the sculpt of the figure. But first of all, I'm going to show you some pictures of the packaging it came in. And by the way, I got this from Toys R Us recently for £9.99. Okay, so if we take a look at the front, we can see it is as normal for Pandorica Wave figure packaging. You've got some information about the Pandorica CD case at the top. Then below that, in a plastic bubble, you have the figure, its accessories, and also the Pandorica section that it comes with. And then at the bottom you've got the card which features the new .c logo, the name of the figure, and also a dark picture of the Pandorica behind the .u logo. Also on the side it shows another version of the new .u logo and also the name of the CD that it comes with. Okay, so if we take a look at the back, we can see more information on the Pandorica CD case, and there's a little bit towards the bottom left which tells you which Doctor Who audio CD is which. Like you've got the number and then the name of the CD, or the name of the story that it comes with actually. And in the top left corner it gives you a name of a website where you can find out more about the Doctor Who audio CDs. And then at the bottom you've got the same usual helpful product and company information. And with the packaging you also get this little leaflet which shows you some of the Doctor Who and Sarah Jane Adventures audio CDs you can get nowadays. Now the CD that the Roman Auton figure comes with is Doctor Who and the Auton Invasion Part 2. Now I think it's good that they've put Doctor Who and the Auton Invasion with the Roman figure, because it is a Roman Auton after all. Like I said, I won't be reviewing the Pandorica pieces until I've reviewed every figure in the wave except for the re-releases. Okay, so now I'm going to start the review by comparing this variant of the Roman Auton to the Wave 1F version. Okay, so here we have the two different versions of the Roman Autons from the Pandorica Opens. Now there is one big similarity between these two figures, and that is that the sculpt is exactly the same. So the head sculpt is just the same, they both have the same faces, but I suppose you can pretend that they are identical twins. Still really nice figures though. There is actually a lot more differences on the Pandorica Wave version that you might think they are. You might just think that the cloak has been repainted, but actually that is not the only difference. The belt going over the armour on the torso is a lighter brown to the belt going over the torso of this version. We can also see that the Pandorica Wave version's elbows have been painted dark, so it looks like that the Roman Auton is wearing a different type of clothing underneath his armour on the arms. And we can also see that the skirts are different. The Pandorica Wave version has a light brown skirt, whereas the Wave 1F version has a red skirt. And we can also see that the capes are different. Well, they aren't actually different in sculpt, but they are different in paint, because the Pandorica Wave version has a light brown cape, whereas the Wave 1F version has a black cape. Also, the Pandorica Wave version has some splashes of mud, which I will show later in the video. And also, the feet of the Pandorica Wave version have little bits of mud splashed onto them, whereas the feet on the Wave 1F Roman Auton are just clean. And I think I've covered all the differences between these two versions of the Roman Auton, and now I'm going to start talking about the detail of the Pandorica Wave. Now, as I said earlier in the video, the head sculpts of the Pandorica Wave and Wave 1F Roman Auton figures are exactly the same. However, I still think it's just fine the way it is. The facial features have been painted really carefully, and he's just got the same solemn facial expression that other Doctor Who figures normally have. And what I have been really impressed by with these Roman Auton figures is the detail of the armour. It looks absolutely fantastic. On the top of his helmet, we can see little bolts, I think, and then you've got the gold lining sort of around where his face is, and then you've got this bit that sticks out at the back, which has been painted silver but does also have some gold lining. And if you take a look at the armour covering his chest, we can see lots of these little gold things and also a brown belt-like object which goes over it. Now, I'm not sure what these gold things are in the middle, so if you know what they are, please just let me know in the comments section below. Also, on his shoulders, we've got even more detail, which makes the figure look even more lifelike. I really like this mixture of dark and light silver paint they've used, because it really does give the figure a metallic look. And this is really good because, I mean, the figure is actually made out of plastic, so the more metal it looks, the more lifelike it is. Also, on his arms, we can see that he is wearing a dark type of clothing underneath the armour, which goes over the lower part of his arms. Then his hands also have the detail of the fingernails at the end. Moving on to his scabbards. Now, if we take a look at this one, which is used for holding his dagger, we can see that it has been painted with brown and gold paint. Now, the scabbard for the dagger on the previous Roman Auton figure was painted just with the gold paint, so this one does look a bit more interesting. Again, you've got some detail around here, and then you've got the hole for the little dagger to go into. And if you take a look at the one for his sword, we can see that again it's a mixture of gold and brown. Not much detail on this one, but there are some lines on it, and I shall be reviewing both of the swords later on in the video, but now we shall carry on with the detail of his clothing. Now, on his skirt we can see a dark brown part, sort of where the armour for his chest ends, and also there's a piece in the middle that has what look like little silver buttons, and also we can see little splashes of mud. There's only a few at the front, however there is quite a lot of mud on the back, as you can see. Now, we can only see a little bit of his shorts, but they are really nice and lifelike with the creases that they have. Also, on his legs we can see that he is wearing a item of clothing which is sort of like tights, and then at the bottom you've got this really nice pair of old Roman shoes which also reveal some of his mud splashed feet. These are actually really nice. I don't really look at them close up often, but just looking at them now I can really see that they are really nice and very highly detailed. Okay, so here we have his removable cape, same sculpt as the one with the Wave 1F Roman Auton figure. However, this one is light brown instead of black. The sculpt is really nice, you've got lots of creases and folds which make it look very lifelike, and you've also got these splashes of mud at the bottom which make it look even more lifelike. There's also some on the inside as well, and I'll just show you it on the Roman Auton figure. Here we have Mr. Roman Auton wearing his brown removable cape. Really nice figure with and without the cape on. However, you do need to be careful when you're removing it and also putting it back onto the figure. And sometimes when he has the cape on, it does make the figure a little bit hard to stand up, so you might need to move it a few times. And for detail, I think this Roman Auton figure is absolutely brilliant. From head to toe, it is absolutely covered with detail, especially on the armour. The armour just looks absolutely brilliant. I mean, it's not actually made out of metal, it is actually made out of plastic, but Character Options or Design Works have done an absolutely brilliant job with making it look very lifelike, and I think the sculpt of the figure is fine the way it is. Would have been good if the head sculpt was different, but I guess you could pretend this one is a identical twin with the one from Wave 1F. And now I'm going to talk about this figure's articulation. Okay, so for articulation, his head can move from side to side, a little bit stiff at the moment, but I don't have any problems over that. If you remove the shoulder pads from his arms, they can both do a 360-degree turn from the shoulders. They can also swivel 360 degrees at the biceps, and they can also move up and down at the elbow. Lower body articulation now, he can turn at the waist 360 degrees. His legs can move outwards, but the skirt stops him from going far. His legs can also swivel 360 degrees at the thighs, bend at the knees, and also his feet can turn 360. So the articulation is just the same as the articulation on any other Roman Auton figure from Character Options, and I don't have any problems with it. I mean, there are plenty of joints, so you can put him into a lot of different poses, and these joints make him good for stop motion animations and also Doctor Who figure adventures for when you're posing the figures. Like perhaps put him into some poses with his sword and dagger. And overall, I think this Roman Auton figure is a really good figure. I really like the detail of it. I think the sculpt of it is really good, and I think the articulation is just fine the way it is. Would have been better if perhaps the head sculpt was a little different, like maybe a different eye colour or maybe a little moustache or a beard. But I mean, there have been identical twins in the past, so I guess you could just pretend that this is like the Wave 1F Roman Auton's brother, I suppose. And out of 10, I give the Roman Auton from the Pandorica Wave a very well earned 10 out of 10. A absolutely brilliant figure and a very outstanding one in terms of detail. And now we're going to review the sword accessories he comes with. Okay, so here we have him with his sword accessories. Now we can see here that they can both be easily held in the Roman Auton's hands without falling over. And they are both really nice. Both the blades are just silver. However, there is some nice detail around where he holds them, as you can see. And out of 10, I give the two sword accessories a very well earned 10 out of 10. Just really nice little accessories, and they'll be good for scene recreations and figure adventures. And that is all I have to say for my review of the Roman Auton from the Pandorica Wave. I hope you've all enjoyed watching this review, and my next Doctor Who figure review should either be the Underhenge Roman Auton or perhaps the Season 18 Tom Baker and K9 figure set from Forbidden Planet. And that's it for now, YouTubers. Thanks for watching, and I shall see you